Hey Lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have y'all here with me today. We are going to be doing our second Christmas um, video of today. I think I have 4 or 5 projects for you guys, but I just wanted to welcome y'all to the channel. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and hype. All the YouTubey things, right? But I'm gonna stop running my mouth and we're gonna jump into the first project. See you on the other side, love you. All right, Levy. So we're jumping into this first project using this shadow box, I guess. It's a hexagon shape shadow box that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I did get it for 40% off, and I'm just gonna stain it using my burnt umber paint on a wet napkin, because I want it kind of, more neutral look. We are going to be adding some color here, but I wanted that inside to be a neutral color. Okay, so then next what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of my Snow White paint by Waverly, and I'm just going to give it a real light dusting, not too heavy on the distressing. I just wanted to lighten it up because if you guys remember, for those who've been around for a while, back in spring, I did one of these with a bunny rabbit and had him looking in the window. So I wanted to do another version of this, doing it with a Santa Claus. So I wanted that background to just be light because, again, it's like you're going to be looking into the window instead of out of the window, and just kind of wanted like little dusty snowish ish kind of background. But as you can see right here, I put the lights in the wrong place, okay? And so anyway, I didn't realize it till later on, but it still worked out okay because I didn't do like a heavy distressing on it. But anyway, I added the fairy lights in. So now what you see I'm doing is I took one of those wood planks from Dollar Tree, the 6-inch ones, and cut it in half. And I'm adding this rub-on transfer that I got off of Amazon. But I've had these for probably about 2 or 3 years now. And I just took the one that had the Christmas tree with the fireplace and the presents under it. Since we're doing a Santa Claus, I thought this was like the perfect background for that window piece that we're going to be adding. And all you saw that I did right there was I just traced out where I wanted this, because this is really important, because I am going to be adding one of those little miniature wood frames that you can find at Dollar Tree. I do believe they come 3 in a pack. And so I just painted that in some antique green, the little frame right there. And I wanted this to be an open frame. Now I do also have some other little miniature frames that I use, window frames that you can find at Hobby Lobby, but I needed this one to be open because I wanted that full scenery to be shown. So what I did was I added in some of the tower tumbling blocks to the back of that, and I'm just going to glue that right over it. And this is going to kind of give the illusion, I don't know if you could really see on camera, but I know in the final reveal I think I did kind of capture it. It's going to look like the floor, like everything is sitting on the floor. It's really cool. I don't know, I just love how things come together when you don't try. So next I'm taking this furry ribbon I had in my stash, and I'm just measuring it out at the bottom of that piece because this is going to go on the inside to make it look like some faux snow. Now I didn't want it to be super high. I just wanted a white covering for this, because if it was too high up it would take away from the other embellishments that I'll be adding in here. So this was the best alternative in my opinion. You could definitely use one of those drying cloths from Dollar Tree. That would work perfect here. So I'm going to add in this sled that I had in my stash. I don't know if I said that already, but it was in my stash. I just repainted it. At the bottom, it was silver originally, and I just painted in black and did some distressing on there to give it that snowy effect. So then I have these 2 ornaments from Dollar Tree, this Santa and this little sack of, looks like just a little Merry Christmas satchel. But anyway, I'm going to take one of these little white pom-poms I had in my stash. Kathy Joe sent me a whole bag of those. And I just put that at the top of his hat. And then right here, I didn't realize his arms moved until I was fooling around with him. And the wreath came off and everything. So I think it's intended for him to hold the wreath because of how his hands are shaped. So I thought that was really cool that his arms move. But you are going to see as we get further along in the video where I'm going to swap that out. I came up with a cuter idea of what I think should be in his hands. But anyway, for now, I just replaced the wreath and added a little bow on there. And then we're just going to get him situated into that sled. And I really, really like this piece. Now, I will say part of me did feel like I probably should have painted the back a darker color, but in the end, I still think it came out quite cute. So next, I'm going in with some of these furry Chanel stems, and I'm just going to glue those right around the rim of this piece. And so, excuse me. Once I get that all tacked down, then I am going to go in and add in the little reindeer. So I just drew on a quick little face, add the red nose, because that's Rudolph, of course. And so I'm just going to put him right in there because the sled is at an angle. So I wanted to look like, of course, they were waiting to take off. So then next, I have one of my Kathy Joe bows. Now, this was a really big, beautiful bow. I did cut off a lot of the excess to it because it was too much for the top of this piece. So I wanted this to just look like a whole big present with the scenery inside. I know it was all in the imagination. So what I'm doing right here is because the bow would not stay fluffed for me, I have been fooling around with it probably for about 10 minutes and it just would not stay fluffed. So I just decided to take pieces of these skewer sticks, add them on the inside. Now you definitely could tape that. That would probably be a smarter thing to do. And I'm just going to attach this to that larger Jenga block that you saw I put on top of there. And that's just to support it sitting up. And that's why I needed the bow part of that to stay flared out. And then I'm just going to tack this down on the side. Try not to cover up our faux snow effect there. And then this is where I swap out that wreath and add in one of these peppermint ladders. And I thought this was so cute because this is how Santa gets on top of the roof when everybody's sleeping, nobody's watching. If the reindeer can't land, if they can't land on the roof, this is how he gets up there. There's always a story, y'all. I'm telling y'all, there's always a story to my madness. So I am going to take and add that wreath right up to the top of there. And so now we're going to make a chimney for this. So this was after the fact. I had stepped away. I was like, oh, it needs a chimney. Now that he's climbing up to the chimney, hello, May, let's make it, make it make sense here. At least in your mind, May. At least in your mind, make it make sense. So right here, I'm taking one of the jumbo size Terracotta box you could find at Five and Below. Or Five Below, whatever it's called. Anyway, and I'm going to take some of these little miniature bricks that I ordered off of Amazon Home. And I'm just putting them all around to mimic a chimney. Now, I probably should have painted it in a different red color, but because the main piece was red, I wanted this to stand out like a chimney. So I just left it in this kind of terracotta color, if you will, I guess. And now I'm just going to go around. After I painted that top part, I changed it from white to black, as you can see, because I wanted it to look like it was a hole there, right? Sorry, guys, my voice is going. And I just went around with the Aliens tacky glue and added in a piece of a cotton ball that I unraveled. Sorry. And put that on top. And now we're just adding that right on top. Oh, I did take 2 more of the jumbo size or the medium-sized tower tumbling blocks to sit the chimney on. And there you have it. And you'll see it all in the final reveal. Jean, sweetheart, thank you so much for buying me 5 coffees. I appreciate you, girlfriend. You know I do. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you guys want to buy me a coffee, I'll have that information at the end of my video. It just supports me with all those little knickknacks and odds and ends that I don't always have in my stash that I have to constantly replenish. If you don't want to do it, don't worry about it. I'm just happy that you're here with me. All right. So next we're moving into project number 2. As you can see, we're taking this large stocking that you can find in Hobby Lobby. I've had it in my stash for a while, and I just painted that in some basic red and white paint. And right here, I'm taking this stencil that comes from Chocator. I'm no longer part of the Chocator program, but I do have quite a few of the stencils left over. And they had sent us this in the summertime. It was like all these little miniature bows, and you guys know your girl loves her. Some butterflies, bows, and hearts, right? And so when I saw this, I was like, this would look really cute on a stocking. So that's what I decided to do. And all I'm doing is what I did was I had to fuzz it. If you're not familiar with Chocolate, you have to fuzz it quite a few times, and just that's just to keep it from being so sticky so it doesn't pull up your paint. Now I should have stopped, guys, at just the white, but I decided to give it more like a cartoon effect and outline it in black. And I don't know if I like this or not, to be perfectly honest, because I really liked it with just the white, and then I liked it with the outline as well. But you guys can let me know which you prefer. Like, it's an easy fix, but I kind of liked it, both ways. I really do. So then I take one of these little mop heads that you can find at Dollar Tree. I had used a part of it for another project, and I had this left over, and it was like the perfect size for this. I didn't even have to cut it down anymore. And so I just hot glued that on there, and I was like, that's really adorable. That's really cute. So then I'm just gonna go in with some of this curly Q piece that I pulled off of a bow that I had. If you guys watched my previous peppermint video, you guys saw me use that there. So I thought this would be really cute to add in as a hanger for this piece, instead of adding in the jute twine, adding back the jute twine that it came with. So it just made it just cute. I don't know. Anyway, so here I'm going in with another one of my Kathy Joe bows, and I'm just going to cut down these tails, and I'm going to put that right at the center. And I gotta tell you guys, I talked to Kathy Joe after my last video, and we were talking about my whole helicopter ice cream cone, and she said, that was the one time I'm glad you didn't tell anybody that was a Kathy Joe bow. I mean, really, I was like, really? I was just, my feelings were hurt. No, they were not hurt. They were not hurt. We just, me and Kathy Joe, we have our own sense of humor, okay? That was too funny. But anyway, it was a Kathy Joe bow, y'all. Always a Kathy Joe bow. So then right here, I decided to add in a snowflake here. I know this is a super busy piece, but I just felt like that snowflake was just needed here. I like the busyness of this, and I think it's really adorable. So that's it for that piece. Okay, guys, and like I said, you guys will see everything at the final reveal. That's just how I like to show all my items all in one place. I don't know why, but that's how I do. So next, what we have right here for project number 3 is this latte cup that you can find at Dollar Tree during the fall season. And so again, I painted in the basic red and white paint. You can use whatever color you want, but I wanted to make a peppermint latte, right? We should have made that for our previous video, but time didn't allow. So right here, I'm taking one of these pieces from Hobby Lobby, and I just cut the little lollipop in half, right? And right here, I'm just like, something's going on with my knife, and it had all this sticky stuff on it. I'm not sure what was going on, but I must have cut some type of tape or something. I don't know. And the adhesive was still on it, so it was really difficult to cut. But anyway, I got that done, and we're going to just take half of this, and we're going to put it right over where that pumpkin is. Okay, and I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue and put that in place. And then we're going to take this little green ornament. It says Merry Christmas. I know you guys probably can't see that too well, but maybe you can. I just can't. But I'm going to put that right there in the middle. And then I'm going to take the bow that came on that lollipop, and I'm just going to cut the tails down. Now, I didn't realize that I cut them at the same angle right here, not until later, but it's okay. It still came out cute. So we're going to just act like we don't even see that. So once I get that situated, I'm just going to put that right at the top. I'm trying to line it up with where the hole is to put the hanger in. And I'm just going to add that right there, and then I'm going to put the bow on there for this piece. All right, and then so next, after we do that, I'm going to go in with some greenery. And we're just going to add that behind that bow. And this was just because it was a lot of red and white going on, and I just wanted to break that up a little bit by adding in little pops of green. You can never beat the traditional red, white, and green Christmas colors. So I just decided to add that in there. And then I'm going to take one of these striped Chanel stems, and I'm going to fold it not in half, but just make it thicker, and then I'm going to glue it to the back of this piece. This is going to be our straw. Now, I know in our latte cups we don't really have straws, but in May's latte cup here we're going to have a straw. Okay, because I thought that was cute and it matched the little peppermint lollipop part there. Then I'm going in with some more of the curly Q ribbon, um, just to tie that off. And I think it just adds something. I don't know why, y'all. I don't know. I've just been in a busy mood, like just wanting busy stuff. I don't know why. So here I decided to go in and do a little bit of distressing to give it that frosty look, to make it look more wintry, Christmassy, all the things. And once I do that, I think that's it. Is that it? I don't know. Oh no, I decided to take and curl up the straw to make it look like a candy cane. There you have it. And we're going to move into project number 4. All right. So what we're doing here is we're taking one of those jumbo tower tumbling blocks, and then I found these ornaments at Dollar Tree, and they say Joe, joy, Noel, and peace. And I really like them. I like that they came in the red, white, and green colors. And I'm just removing the string from them. And I'm going to line them up to spell out each word. And we're going to create a tier for them, kind of like a Christmas tree shape. I do think I needed like 2 more pieces, but I still think this came out cute. I think it would be really cute for a tier tray or something like that. Excuse me. And I think I might do a tier tray. I know people are not vibing on them really too much, but I think I want me a tier tray. I think I'm going to do one. Let me know in the comments, lovies, if y'all want to see some tier tray decor. I don't know. I think so. But right there, y'all see it. Y'all see the shenanigans? I put the A before the E. And I had to fix it. But once I got my life in order and actually spelled out peace and not pace, we're all good. And we're going to just stack these all up. But as I was saying, let me know if you guys want to see some tier tray decor. We could definitely do that. I think it'll be fun. If not, I'll just do it off camera and put my tier tray up somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. So then I'm taking another one of these Dollar Tree ornaments. It's the deer. Now these have been around for many years, and I'm just going to put that on top as our tree topper in a, I guess, kind of, sort of. I think it's really cute. So once I get that all put together, I'm going to go in with some of this faux snow from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to put that all over the place. It got everywhere, y'all. I mean, everywhere. So I'm just going to put that all over our little ornaments here. And, to cover up the glue at the bottom of the feet of the reindeer. I'm going to put it like on the sides, trickling down. Like I said, it's just going to be everywhere, okay? It was all over the place. But this did come out quite cute. And again, I love that it was the traditional red, white, and green. And they were just kind of all over the place. I love that. And here we are with our final project of today. It is Terracotta teacup number 44. Yes, y'all heard me. 44. All right. And so here I'm taking this little doggy Santa hat that I had in my stash. Now I got this from Daiso last year, I think I did, or the year before, I can't remember. But anyway, I got it from Daiso, but you can find these probably anywhere, I'm sure. So I'm just putting some batting on the inside because we are going to make a Santa gnome, or is it a gnome Santa? Santa gnome. Okay, I don't know. We're going to make a gnome that's a Santa, okay? Make a Santa that's a gnome. However, potato. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. All right. So once we got that on there, we're just going to start tacking down the hat to the rim of our terracotta pot here. Now, for those who are joining us for the first time, we have been doing a terracotta teacup series on this channel where we take a terracotta pot, add a handle to it, and we turn it into a terracotta teacup with a theme. And we are on terracotta teacup number 44. We are on the road to 50, and this has been quite a fun journey. So this, as I said, this one is going to be a Santa gnome. So there I'm taking this little piece of scrap. It's like a little boa. You can find them in the kit section at Dollar Tree, or you can find them at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And this was just a little scrap piece I had left over. And then I'm going to take one of these little 1-inch wood medallions, and that's just going to give me a lift to add his nose, which I take a half bead, and I'm going to put that right on top of there. Now, my ceiling fan was fighting against me, and his beard was blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Yeah, I know. I know. All right, so back to what I was saying. So we added his nose in, then I was gonna glue down his beard and everything, and I was like, well, he needs a little belt. So I took this little scrap piece of, I had a belt from a purse that had broken, and I just cut down a piece of that, and I'm just gonna put that around his bottom there to create his Santa's belt. Now, you won't see it from the front, of course, but from side view, you will be able to see it, and I wanted people to know that this was a Santa. So I'm just taking and hot gluing that down like everything else. Now we're going to glue his beard together. And if you can kind of see past my fingers there, you can see it showing to the side. I think he's a really adorable. And so then we're going to just go in with half of this macrame ring that I painted in black. And we're going to add this to the side. And like I said, this is what takes it from just a plain old terracotta pot and turn it into a terracotta teacup. All right, there's nothing fancy about it, but I like the, I like the saying terracotta teacup. So then I'm taking some of these stickers and I'm just putting them right on the top of his hat or in front of his hat. If you have a Cricut, you could do it that way. But I wanted to show you guys another alternative if you don't have a Cricut. And we just put ho, ho, ho. We're going to also glue down his little hat because it was sticking up. It was looking weird for some reason. I don't know. But then we're going to add in a bow right there. And we're going to go ahead and adhere him to our base point here. The beard had got stuck when I first glued this down. And I had to break it off. And reattach it. So then I'm going to take one of these little belt buckles that my sweet subscriber Jenny girl, sent me a couple months back. And that is going to be his little boot buckle there. He only has one foot. There you go. All right, we made it to the final reveal, lovies. If you're still here writing with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And here is project number 1, which I absolutely love. I cannot wait to display this. Check out our chimney. All right, I think that is so stinking cute. Y'all have to let me know how you feel about it. And if you are still here riding with me, lovies, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting, because you guys know, y'all know the drill. Y'all know I love to chat with you all after each and every video. And don't forget, lovies, to hype our video. All right, so subscribe, like, share, and hype. Subscribe, like, share, and hype. It helps out us small content creators to get our videos pushed out there for others to see, to join in on our shenanigans, especially on this channel. So if you guys don't mind, it's free. Once you hit that like button, swipe to the right, you'll see the hype button. All right. And you have to do it off your phone. You can't do it on the TV. I'm not sure about your computer or laptop. Well, your laptop, you can hype it from your laptop as well. But yeah, once you hit the like button, swipe to the right, you'll see the hype button. All right? You guys have been showing your girl some love, and I appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love each and every one of you for loving me. All right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because without you guys, there would be no Craft Away with May channel. No shenanigans to get into, right? So thank you, lovies. Thank you with a million kisses and hugs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I want to know, lovies, do you guys have a favorite of today? How did you feel about the project? Are you guys excited about Christmas? I have to admit, I was a little on edge, even though I know every year we start in October. I was like, okay, but I was running out of fall ideas too. And I was like, but once I start crafting, I'm like, okay, Christmas, let's see what it's gonna be about this year. And I'm really excited. And I think that's because, I have the house now and I have more space to put things up and things like that. So yeah, I'm excited about it. But also, for our newcomers, here are all other terracotta teacups that we have created for the entire series. This does go by quite fast because I just don't want to take up any more of your time, but I wanted you guys to see, what we do. And I think I finally have a way now. I'm going to have a way to display majority of them. Some of them I want to do over, but I think I now have a way I'm going to display them all. If I can do that, I will definitely share them that way for you guys. Or if you like to see them like this, you can let me know. But yeah, so after each video, new lovies, I like to show all of the terracotta teacups, and I like to know if you have a favorite, and I also like to know if you have any ideas for any new ones, because we do have a running list going, and it is getting long. So we are going to go well past Christmas. I already know. Because we started this in early spring. So it's just amazing that we're already at number 44. But if you have ideas for a new one, I want to hear about that. If you have a favorite one, I want to hear about that as well. And also, if you have a favorite project from today, I want to hear about that as well. So, yeah, lovies, thank you so much for being here and taking this ride with me. I know I already said that, but I just can't thank you guys enough. All right. And like I said, don't forget to hit that hype button, lovies. It helps us out and it's free. It's free. It's free. And we appreciate it. Even if you don't hit it, we still appreciate you guys taking the time to stop by and watch our videos. And if you want to buy me a coffee, here's how you can do so, or you can check my description box for the link. And again, if you can't do it, I'm just happy that you're here. Until the next video, lovies, be safe, be kind, hugs and kisses, XOXO, bye.